Hey, what's going on? This is Sports Vibes TV. I'm your host, Keith, and I've got some Knicks injury updates for you. Now, the first player I want to talk about is Mitchell Robinson. So, Mitchell Robinson went out with a fractured hand. The original injury timetable was about 4 to 6 weeks with him being out. Now, luckily for us, it seems like he's going to be returning towards the lower end of that time frame. So, Mitchell Robinson has been cleared to play. He has been cleared to practice. And barring any unforeseen, circumstances, he could possibly play tomorrow against the Philadelphia 76ers. And of course, that'll be a welcome addition. Nerlens Noel has been playing a lot of minutes. Taj Gibson has been playing minutes, period. So if we can bring in Mitchell Robinson back into the fold, then we can try to, get our lineup adjusted back to where it was when we had started the season, with Mitchell Robinson starting and Nerlens Noel coming off the bench. Now, they haven't made any reports to say that Mitchell Robinson would definitely come back and start. But, sometimes they like to ease players back in, especially after they've missed an extended period of time. There was no mention of whether or not he would have minute restrictions or things like that. So it's going to take him some time to get his conditioning back as well. So I don't expect to see Mitchell Robinson thrown out there and playing 30 some odd minutes a game. I expect them to kind of ease him back into the flow, and we'll see if he's even going to start coming back initially. I hope he doesn't lose his starting spot. I'm not expecting him to lose his starting spot to Nerlens Noel, but sometimes, when a player comes back in, they just want to ease him in, don't want to throw him to the fire, especially a young player like Mitchell Robinson, and especially a team that has gotten used to Nerlens Noel as the starter. So I'm interested to see how they're going to, put him back into the game, put him back into the team, and what the decision will be, especially on like a minutes restriction, because it's not like he had a major lower body injury. He broke his hand on a freakish play. Now, the next player that could be returning tomorrow when we play the Philadelphia 76ers, that would be Derrick Rose. Derrick Rose has been out. They've been calling it, due to Rona protocols, but there's been other, stories circulating that there was a personal event or a personal tragedy in his life, and he had to go deal with that. So that's understandable as well. So the fact that, they're reporting Derrick Rose was in the building when we went and beat the Magic is a good sign, because it shows that he's passed through the quarantine phase, and it's just a few more hurdles before he actually returns. So we could be getting Derrick Rose back for the game against the Philadelphia 76ers as well. And if we don't get those two back for those games, then the next possible return date would be Tuesday the 23rd against the Wizards. And hopefully they're back by then. I'm trying to go to the game that day. Also, Inf, my co-host from the Knicks State of Mind podcast, will be joining me as well at the game. So hopefully they're back by then, give us a little bit more ammunition when we go against Bradley Beal and Brickbrook. So you guys let me know down in the comments. Are you excited to finally see this team back at I won't say full capacity, but at least we're finally starting to get our core players back. Derrick Rose has been vital for us ever since we traded for him. Mitchell Robinson has been that defensive anchor. Luckily we brought in Nerlens Noel, so Nerlens Noel can kind of, operate in that same role, but Nerlens Noel is not going to be able to continue playing for these amount of minutes. He's got some bad knees, he's got some back issues. So in order to play Nerlens Noel in like 20 minutes a game, bring his minutes down, and then give a little bit more minutes to Mitchell Robinson, I think that would be ideal for this team. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment. How happy are you that we're finally getting back to full strength? How happy are you that we were doing pretty good shorthanded? I mean, I've got to be proud of this team, because we've been shorthanded for a while, and this team has gone out there and performed and played hard. So I'm excited to see this team coming back healthy for this playoff push. And, hopefully everybody's back when I go see them on Tuesday. So once again, I'm Keith, host of Sports Vibes TV, and I'm out.
Uh-huh.